Tech sell-off continuing with Tesla, Square, Roku all taking a hit. Those three are the largest holdings in ARK ETFs. Tesla, though, down over 30% this month, but Cathie Wood says she is not concerned. She is still with us now. Cathie Wood, founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK Investment Management. You know, Cathie, you've been coming on this show for years, and in that time, your popularity has exploded. You've got your own line of ARK merchandise. The media loves talking to you and talking about you. They've called you the anti-Warren Buffett. How do you feel about not being just an investor, but a celebrity investor?
I don't think of myself that way. I think of myself, sitting down every day with our analysts and being really excited about the way the world's going to work, and really just wanting to share that with people, from an educational point of view, just help people understand how radically the world's going to change and how it is so important to get on the right side of change. And I'm not just talking about portfolios here. I'm talking about parents and grandparents guiding their children and grandchildren to the right side of change. That's how radically we think the world is going to transform. So when we go through a rotation in the market like this, as I mentioned before, I think the bull market's broadening out. That's great, but be careful. This rotation into value, make sure you understand whether these companies are primed to move into this new world, or if they're going to be disrupted. And, we do think energy and financial services, which are the two best performing groups this year. So I think it's 37% and 15%, something like that. We think they are going to be some of the most disrupted sectors of all, given electric vehicles, autonomous electric vehicles, and digital wallets. So I work just really charged up, saying, "Hey, it's a beautiful day. Let's share the news. Let's share the good news."
Now, do you ever worry the rising retail interest in your funds could have negative consequences, given how quickly and powerfully we've seen retail investors move the market in the last few weeks?
I did a YouTube video. We're starting to do them regularly now that the markets are unsettled. And in the last one, I depicted the difference between institutional and retail investors today. We are much more embraced by the retail investor. The retail investor has seen the future really before institutional investors, because post-tech and telecom crash and post-08-09 meltdown, institutions have been forced to track their benchmarks more closely, or they've chosen to. We think that's longer term a losing proposition. It's very backward looking. So we have found some of our strongest holders to be retail investors, because they really are keeping their eye on the price. They know the world is changing. They're part of making the change. So we are having redemptions, but we are surprised at how low our redemptions have been.
You haven't traditionally seen outflows like you've seen over the last few days and weeks. How loyal do you think your investors are? How sticky is your model?
I think if they're paying attention to our research, if they're reading it, if they're listening, we're going to have a market update tomorrow. We open that to everyone. If they ask us questions and understand the depth of our research and the depth of our conviction in our research, they learn that, they want to keep their eye on the prize as well. So, what do you do during a period like this? Well, you buy low and maybe you take profit, sell high, but not sell out, trade around positions. And that's what we're seeing them do. And I think that's been healthy. But frankly, as you will see in our holdings at the end of every day in our trades, we are averaging in. We're using this period to average into one of the most important, or some of the most important companies of our lifetime.
It is International Women's Day, Cathie, and I know your team is very diverse, including many women. Curious if you think that's part of your secret. Are you hiring? And if you're hiring, who? What are you looking for?
Oh, I do think I think a diverse points of view, I think, are critical, and yes, so I think yes, that has helped us without a doubt. And yes, we're hiring. We're looking for another Asian innovation analyst and perhaps another next generation internet analyst. So yes, we are hiring, and we have to fill in as well management positions, to get the operations to scale the way we would like them to scale. So absolutely, we're excited about the talent that is self-selecting. I've been thrilled. I wish more women would self-select. I have to tell you that. That's been my big surprise. Is in the early days, women self-selected into ARK all the time. And now that we've hit our stride, I'm seeing fewer women. So I'm going to put that call out there today and say, we'd love to interview more women, those who are interested in innovation and really understand, because they have domain expertise, either from school or industry, really understand and are excited about the way the world's going to work.
Now, given all of these new investors who are coming into the market, companies like Robinhood making it easier than ever to trade, with the increased retail attention, do you ever have any concern that there are all these sort of shiny new objects competing for retail attention, that could compete with ARK? And how long do you think this correction will last?
Well, I think on the first topic, I don't think anyone's doing the kind of research we are. And that is what buttresses the firm and the portfolios. So I'm not really worried. I'm glad that there's more capital moving into innovation. It may not be as disciplined as ours is around rights law and building models, 5-6 years worth of models here. But I do think allocating capital towards innovation is the right thing to do. There is so much innovation taking place out there. And to keep the US in particular, or the developed world, competitive, we must invest in innovation. And for another reason, how are we going to get out of the mess that the coronavirus crisis put us in? Many people would say tax, cut spending. Our point of view is we really, with the exponential growth opportunities ahead of us, we could grow out of a lot of our problems. So, and I also think that our social media, social marketing, and some social distribution strategies are also giving us a competitive advantage. Most of the marketing and media around our research. So that in terms of the market, how long will this correction evolve? Well, let's put it this way. We believe we're in a V-shaped recovery. We believe earnings growth is going to be pretty explosive here. We believe that value and growth will do very well. Of course, value has been more depressed. We understand that rotation, but we also know there are minefields out there in value. So I think earnings are going to take out of this, and with each quarterly earnings report, we'll have more reasons to buy this market.
Cathie Wood, good to have you back here on Bloomberg Technology, ARK Invest founder, CEO, CIO. We will keep on watching you.